Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, great for recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means share with anybody who might get something out of it. Don't mind me, guys. I got a little bit of a winter cold. It was actually 60 degrees and rainy today, after 14-degree weather on Monday, and having a really busy hard week of work. But again, I'm filled with gratitude. I was incredibly happy to see yesterday at my doctor's appointment that just the results of my lab work were shockingly good. And I'm incredibly fortunate to be as healthy as I am. I had an amazing day at the gym today, and then as you guys know, it's Friday, so my home group, my AA meeting was today, and guys, what an absolutely beautiful meeting. It's different. I mean, the meetings are always amazing. It's why I love my group. I love being of service to the group. I love my position in that group, and I love the fact that I'm one of the members. I look forward to it every week. And this week, particularly with the extreme rain, it was a very small turnout. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people traveling for Christmas and things of that nature. But it was nice because it was an intimate setting. A lot of people got to speak. A couple ladies from the halfway house got their 4 month chip, 120-day chip. So proud of both of them. And it was nice because a lot of the people speaking were the younger members of the. And it's funny, it's what these readings have been about lately. The people coming up, the newcomers, and a lot of them got to speak today. And it was beautiful. I got to reflect on the progress that I've made while getting to remember just what it is that I've overcome and what I've walked away from. And it makes it incredibly it's just powerful. Like, it makes it incredibly easy for me to stay rooted in my program. I'm doing my video tonight now, and then I'm going to get cleaned up, and I'm going to an NA meeting tonight. And that's the meeting I used to love so much. I just found out where it's at now. I didn't move locations. And when I first got out of rehab last year, I didn't know where it was. I just found out where it was, so I'm excited to go see some old friends tonight. Guys, the reading today is titled Walking the Way We Talk, excuse me. And that's very important. And it's also a particularly poignant message for me today because I do walk the walk of the talk that I talk. And I just had a situation where, the talk was one thing and the walk was something else. And I was able to identify it and remove myself from the situation, as much as I was disappointed to do so. It is what it is, and it's better for both of us that way. So, anyway, walking the way we talk. Words mean nothing until we put them into action. The 12th step reminds us to practice these principles in all of our affairs. In recovery, we see examples of this suggestion all around us. The more experienced members who seem to have an aura of peace around them demonstrate the rewards of applying this wisdom in their lives. To receive the rewards of the 12th step, it is vital that we practice the spiritual principles of recovery even when no one is looking. If we talk about recovery in meetings but continue to live like we did in addiction, our fellow members may suspect we are doing nothing more than quoting bumper stickers. What we pass on to newer members comes more from how we live than what we say. If we advise someone to turn it over without having experienced the miracle of the third step, chances are the message will fail to reach the ears of the newcomer for whom it was intended. On the other hand, if we walk what we talk and share our genuine experience in recovery, the message will surely be evident to all. And the affirmation is just for today: I will practice the principles of recovery even when I'm the only one who knows. And guys, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you've probably heard me say that in one form or another, and particularly in those exact words, a couple of thousand times. It is crucially important, and not just for me, but for all of us, guys. And anybody can go in and regurgitate information right off of a page. It is a completely different outcome when you apply these principles to our lives. And I'm literally living, breathing, walking proof that they work. Guys, they have changed never mind changed my life, they've changed who I am. They have fixed everything I was doing wrong. I'm not perfect, not to perfection, guys, but guys, I am so much better a person today than I have ever been. that it is shocking to everybody I know. And I get told this literally multiple times a day. My brother Matthew reached out. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday's video or not, but my brother Matthew reached out and said, "Hey, the one thing I wanted to bring up was it was incredibly nice that two of my brothers had issues, one with a tankless water heater and one with a combination boiler water heater in this last month, and they were both very, one of them had to be replaced and the other one had $1,000 pump that was bad on it, and they were both like, these are stressful situations, and we're raising kids and Christmas is coming. And it was so incredibly nice that they, as soon as they put it out on the group text, they didn't even have to ask. I immediately said, "Listen, I'll be right there. I'll take care of it." And we were there for each other. We're family. And they just wanted me to know how proud of me they are that I stepped up and took care of it. And the guys made me feel like $1,000,000. I felt good doing it, just being able to be there for my family. These are guys, these are my family. Like, these are my brothers. Like, we've been through a lot together, and I walked away from them for no reason. They didn't do anything to me. I wasn't mad at either one of them. I love them dearly, but I was so embarrassed with the choices that I was making, the actions I was taking, the state of my life, the state of my condition, that I removed myself, thinking that it was just better for them, better for their children. And now I look back and I got a nephew that's in his 30s that I still look at these kids and think of them being, when they were 4 or 5 years old, because that's when I knew them last. And my other brother Matthew's got, his nephews are watching my videos and getting to know me this way, and I'm glad they are. But at least I'm a part of the family now, and I get to go spend Christmas with them, and I get to be part of them. All these things only happen because I share honestly, and I'm just trying to be my authentic self. And the reason I say this, guys, is I had become a master at fooling myself, at numbing things out, at not acknowledging things. And I had to. That was literally a defense mechanism that kept me alive through the nonsense that I was putting myself through, because at any given point, had I instantly been unmedicated and just the full gravity of everything I was doing had hit me, I don't think I would have survived it. Like, I don't think I would have built up. And I don't say this lightly, and it's not a pity party, guys. I'm saying God had protected me and allowed me to live in that just make-believe world. It's absolutely crazy to think that I was literally fooling myself and believing my own nonsense. But it was a defense mechanism, because if I literally had stopped and paid attention to what I was doing, it would have absolutely destroyed me, because I didn't have the tools at my disposal to deal with it like I do today. And when I say so, I mean I'm talking the 12 steps of recovery. Just these spiritual principles, a conscious contact relationship with my higher power, whom I choose to call God. I know I say these same things over and over again, guys, because they're incredibly important, and more importantly, it's because they work. I was able to share. I got the chance to, a lot of us got the chance to speak today, but it was my turn to speak at one point. And I acknowledge that this is a very, a time where I'm incredibly proud, because, guys, as I mentioned, I just passed the milestone. I've got over a year off of my drug of choice, heroin and fentanyl. I'm also incredibly proud that I'm not running around saying, "Oh, I got a year clean," because I don't, not until January 7th. I'm so proud that this time around I was able to understand that the matters, all these truths, all these actual reality truths matter, whether anybody saw or not. Guys, I could have come home that night, done that one little hit of crack that I slipped up and did, and gone right back into my recovery and not said anything, and I could be celebrating a year and have my chip and raising my hand today, and in my head I would know I was full of shit, even if I didn't slip up any other than that one little time. My whole entire recovery program would have been based upon a fraud. And that's what I've done in the past. I claimed time even after I'd relapsed, and it was just a little relapse, I don't have to acknowledge it. Yes, I did. And I'm not saying, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying anybody has to do anything. I'm saying for me, the reason that everything is working for me the way it is today is because I'm doing so honestly. I'm doing things to the best of my ability. Guys, one thing about me is I literally have a conscience, and I always have. I could not sit here on video and make these videos day in and day out. And I do, guys, because it's so important. Important to reach out and share the message and extend hope and let anybody else know that they can do it too. but more so for myself, guys, because doing these videos every day holds me accountable every day. And if I wasn't out here doing it, I couldn't come on and talk about it. Like, it's just the person that I am. And the thing of it is, by doing so, not only is it allowed me to pay attention to the areas of my life, it allows me to hold myself accountable on a daily basis. Because literally, before I go to step on a line, and the simplest things, guys, like the littlest little thing. I'm trying to remember what it was the other day. I was at the supply house, and something had fallen out of a package, and I needed one, and then they sell individually, but this one didn't have a sticker, and I almost stuck it in my pocket, and it was literally like a 90-cent thing. And I'm like, no, I can't do that today. That's not who I am. And had I allowed that to happen and walked out of that store, it would have eaten me up. So I didn't. I went back and I put that one back in the guy. I had to walk all the way across the depot to do so. I went all the way back and put that one back, and I found one with a SKU number on it, and I brought that out to the register, and I paid for it. I was spending a couple $1,000s at that point. It was 90 cents. Like, big deal, right? No, it is a big deal. Because I would have known I was doing wrong. I would have known I was reverting back to an old behavior. And, like, I'm not willing to risk everything that is going right in my life. And more, never mind the material stuff. Never mind the business and the money in the account and the opportunities and the fact that my dream's about to come true, where I can own my first rental property. Guys, like, wow, it's a big one. Never mind any of that. It's my conscious contact relationship with God. It's my ability to be honest in prayer and say every day, God, I did the best I could. Please show me where I'm wrong. Please bring it to my attention where I can do better. Please continue to show me your path for me. Please allow me to live a life that I can be proud. Please allow me to continue to do things that inspire others and step out. Like, none of these things, all these things that get me to be my best self every day, if I knowingly do something like that and let it slip, I cannot have that conversation at night. And that's one of the most important pieces of my day. It's where I come home and I reflect on everything I did today and decide, where did I fall short? Where did I step up? Where did I do something I want to repeat? Where did I do something I don't want to repeat? How do I not want to repeat that? What were the warnings and triggers? What led me to almost make that mistake? And that's important to me, guys, because, again, I'm on this meteoric rise, and I don't say that to be cocky or cool. I say that as a fact of what has happened. Guys, in just shy of a year, I went from somebody that was completely filled with despair, had absolutely no direction, was literally, at one point, not the detox that put me in rehab, but 6 months before, I'd given up. I'd lost a job. I'd given up. I was in bed for over a month. I was detoxing for 10, 11 days. Still didn't feel good. Didn't have any work. Like, it was just bad. I was literally laying in bed, hoping I would just go to sleep and not wake up, and then waking up the next day feeling miserable and sore and terrible, and being sorry that I'd woken up. And that's absolutely disgusting. It's horrible. From that aspect, right? And then somebody finally got me to go back to work. But again, I just started doing the same thing over. I went to a job that was way below me. I was working for a guy that was dishonest, and I was just medicating myself to the point where I wasn't paying my bills. All I was doing was just marking time without moving forward, and just, circling the drain is what I keep calling it. And then I said a prayer, and I felt something. A spark ignited in me, and I'd done all this work. Guys, from that feeling of despair, that walking into a rehab on December 13th, Friday the 13th of 2024, crying my eyes out, not knowing who I was, not knowing what life could possibly look like sober, not knowing how I could possibly start over, and after burning every bridge, and can I even make it in Somerville? Am I gonna have to go move and reinvent myself? I finally let it all go and said, no, none of that. No, that's not. I'm letting that. None of that was who I am. That was me in addiction. Yes, it was who I was, but that doesn't have to be who I am. God, show me your path. And I've worked hard. I've built my business. I've taken online. I got a scholarship to take online courses at Harvard. I have my YouTube community here. I've got a following in TikTok. I chair my AA meeting. I've got a thriving business. I've got 3/4 of my down payment for $1 million rental property saved already. I've got my truck. I've got my license. Like, I've got so many beautiful blessings in my life today that I'm not going to allow any of that to go out the window by trying to falsely impress somebody. Guys, you get so much more. And that's the thing. People can see fake. If I go into that meeting and I start talking this shit and then walking outside and acting opposite. It's hypocritical, and that's something I refuse to be. I will be an honest piece of shit junkie on the street before I will, be a hypocrite trying to guide others. And I've given my life over to God. I've given my life to be of His service because He saved me and He's given me a spark and He's given me so much more than that. And I know so long as I continue to walk the walk of the talk that I talk, then the sky is the limit. I can literally be honored to be who I am. I can find out what matters to me and then live according to those values. I can enjoy every moment, even the hard parts, because I understand that every minute of this is a gift. Like, I'm incredibly lucky to have survived what I've survived. So many people don't, right? Then, on top of that, I get to, instead of living in wallow in remorse for the years that I've wasted, I get to take that and wear that as a badge of honor and use it to guide and encourage others that they too can overcome one of the worst things in this world, addiction. I'm incredibly honored to be who I am today. I'm received in ways I never dreamed possible. I'm looked at with respect today. I'm not saying these to blow myself up. I'm saying because you can receive the same, guys. But you're not going to get there by faking it, doing it half-assed, cutting corners, and doing only doing the right thing when somebody's watching you. Because it's got to be from inside. It's got to be authentic, and it's got to be the person you are. When you walk the walk of the talk we talk here in recovery, things get better. Yes, you still have to deal with life on life's terms. People are still going to die. People are going to lose jobs. They're going to be fighting with their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Kids are still going to act like kids and disrespect you. But you get to be the better version. You get to pass along. And more importantly, you get to set a better example. You get to be a role model for other people in your life, and then strangers as well. Guys, you get to be we have a responsibility, first of all, but more than that, we have a choice. We can be part of the problem, or we can be part of the solution, and it's as simple as that. If you want to be part of the solution, you got to walk the walk of the talk we talk. Guys, that's a video for today. Thank you so much for being here. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.